Hey everybody, I'm back with another Equip Weekly. It might not be weekly anymore. I've been kind of struggling with keeping my hours under control. So I will get to these when I can. And let's take a look. I didn't take any notes, so we're gonna improv this one, and that'll probably be the case for the most part with most of our Equip Weeklies going on here. And so let's take a look here. All right, this is section A. Let's take a look here. All right, so first off, I'm seeing right here with Dan, it looks like um, he's mostly in a good position here. I would like just a little bit more headroom. So you could either uh, bring him down in the frame, or we could just zoom out ever so slightly. Like, we don't need a ton, but remember with the thirds, we want to kind of keep the eyes where the lines are. So if we were looking at the third here, his eyes would need to be right around there. You want to I like about that much headroom. Part of the reason, I should probably explain why I ask for headroom all the time. It's helpful that, so if I do need to reframe something, or I'm trying to do something fancy with the edit, it's easier to have more space above their head than cutting part of the head off. So yeah. All right, moving on. I like the shot of Dan right here. I ended up using it. Good shot of Caleb here. I use it twice. Um, Great shot of Kelly here. I like it feels a little bit negative spacing, but that's for sure not your fault. We gotta, yeah, it's good. I like the shot of Dan here. Little frame within a framework here. Nope. Great shot of Kelly here. I like that a lot. Good shot of Dan there. That's an unfortunate framing. One thing I did notice with this shot here, this side of the camera, you caught Tim singing along a couple of times. That's great. That's the kind of stuff that we want. This shot is kind of hard right here to get of him without doing a close up, just because he's kind of facing the other way. So, yeah. Typically we would want more of a straight on shot. So if he were pointing this way, like with his base pointing that way, but you did the best you could there. Great shot of Dave's hands there. Beautiful shot of Dave over here. I like that. Great shot of Caleb here. I like that a lot. Excellent shot of Jaden there. Side note, Jaden's swath of hair looks so cool. Anyway, let's keep moving on. Good shots of Dan there. You can see those. I would maybe on this one move Dan over to the right just a little bit. That's being a little nitpicky there, though. Typically when we're doing the worship leader shot, so I will be a little picky here. We want the frame to be about 75% clean. So if we go, like right now we're at what, 1208. So if we go back and look at the shot of Kelly here, that is 100% clean. This 1208 was where we were we're at about 40% clean. So just a little bit of a cleaner shot, and by clean I mean a little bit more, fewer things in the foreground. Like this right here is a great 100%. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this a few times. So this is I understand what you're going for here, but it feels a little strange just because like we're missing context to what's happening. We know that they're drums, but this feels a little bit like you said it and walked away by accident and bumped it the wrong way. So to fix this, we would probably I would maybe cut a little bit left there, and then maybe some, like Caleb's head is right here, maybe cut off part of his head and get a little bit closer, or zoom in a little bit more on the drums here. Like if we were gonna, and you're gonna have to imagine with me, maybe get a little bit more of the snare in there so we can see what's going on there. Drums are hard just because you never know what you're supposed to be focusing on there. Great instrumental shot there. I mean, these are all solid shots. All right, section A. Looks good. You guys are... Before I continue, I forgot to do the thing where I say, none of this is meant to be mean. None of this is meant to be hurtful. This is all but so we can get better together. And so let's take we are all kind of at, our whole team is kind of at the point where I have to be a little bit pickier because you guys are giving me less and less to correct. So as we move forward, always remember that if I am focusing in on your particular shots of the night, none of it is meant to be mean. It is just, I just see things I see things differently from behind the editing computer than you guys do in the camera. So keep that in mind. So, all right, let's go to section C here. So let's go back to the drum example from before. So if we were going to when we had the previous shot I was talking about, it looked a little bit like this. And like I said, I can understand what you're going for there. That said, this is a great shot of the full context. But if we want partial context, maybe something a little bit like that. Or, nah, probably not even. That's dumb too. Forget I said anything. Maybe something a little bit closer to that. Or even something like this. Don't be afraid, especially on the drums. Don't be afraid to get kind of behind him. There's more distance between the wall and the drummer now, so you can get a couple of. You should. And for those of you that are taller, you could probably get behind him and kind of do an over-the-shoulder shot, which might be pretty cool too. Might be. I guarantee it'd be pretty cool. So. Good shot of Dan. Good shot of Jaden over there. So let's take a look at this shot right here. So he's technically in the third here, but it does feel like there's a little bit less negative. There's a lot of negative space between Dave and the cross here. What should we do to fix that? So we can do a couple of things. We can move him over to there, so it feels like there's less negative space. We can take it, maybe get a little bit more of a straight on shot. So right now you're at about 90 degrees of him, maybe a little bit less, but I'm splitting hairs at that point. Maybe take a 45-degree angle at that, so you're a little bit more straight on with him playing, or and that could go either direction. So get more of a front straight on shot, or you can go to the back and get more of a back shot. You could have the singers in the background of him. Yeah. Move on here. Great shot of Caleb here. One thing I did notice with the right side shooting here is there was a fair amount of indecision, and that might just be the thing of the night. Just sometimes you just you can't always decide what you want. But there's when there's indecision, there's often micro adjustments, and there was some extra micro adjustments that I did notice in this shot in particular. Not this second, but overall. Another good shot of Dave's hands. Excellent shot here of Kelly. Love that. Good shot of I was gonna say, good shot of Caleb over there. Excellent shot of the instruments there. I like this. I tried to use it at one point, but it didn't work. That said, this is not a bad shot. This is a good shot. This is a cool shot. And I tried to figure out how to use it a couple of times, but it didn't work. And that is completely on me, not on the camera operator. Good frame within frame shot here. Good shot. Oh, whoop! What did I do? Good shot of Kelly and Dan here. I love these kind of shots. Great shots of Pastor Chris here. I love this like little peeking one there. Yeah, you guys did a great job overall. Yeah, excellent job, everybody. Yeah, so that's it for this week. Excellent job. You guys get better and better every week. It is an honor and a privilege to work with you guys. I hope you guys have as much hanging out on Tuesday nights as I have hanging out with you guys. So have a good one. Peace.